A controversial new policy at LA animal shelters has volunteers and advocates sounding the alarm.
Tonight, Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards explains why some are calling it a death sentence for dogs. Chelsea is live in West Los Angeles.
Yeah, this plan is certainly getting a lot of backlash very quickly. The idea is that these so-called long-stay dogs will go to new shelters and supposedly get new eyes on them, fresh eyes, people who may not have seen these dogs before, to give them another chance. But critics say this is going to do a lot more harm than good, especially in Los Angeles with the overcrowding situation we have in all of the shelters here. This new transfer initiative from LA Animal Services, it will take dogs who've been in one shelter for more than 3 months and then move them to a different shelter. And again, the idea is to increase their exposure to new potential forever homes. But opponents say it takes an incredible amount of time and work for these already stressed out pups to feel comfortable and to show their true personalities. And just moving them to new environments with unfamiliar people erase the progress that they've made at the shelter that they're in. And they say some of those shelters also euthanize at higher rates than the shelters the dogs are coming from, putting them at greater risk of going on kill lists soon after they get there. Now, animal rights activists and rescue organizations are taking to social media to call out this new initiative and to highlight the dogs who are being transferred. Listen.
In my opinion, trainers' opinion, staff opinion, some supervisors I spoke to, it's basically a way to kind of get them to another shelter and then without anyone noticing, kill them. Like, that's the only thing that's going to happen. You're moving a dog that has volunteers, staff, that are familiar with that dog, that have trained that dog. That dog now is comfortable and, you know, is in a place where they can get adopted. And now you're going to move that dog to another shelter. It's going to get stressed out. No one there can advocate for him because they just met him. And they are factually putting these dogs on kill lists right away.
So in an email that was sent out to staff and volunteers, representatives, they defend this initiative and say basically that each shelter draws from different communities with varying demographics, communities, and people with different lifestyles. So they're essentially expanding the adoption pool or the potential adoption pool by putting them in a new environment and in a new shelter. Again, it's too soon for anyone to have any concrete data on whether or not this is effective or not. Of course, overcrowding is certainly an issue in all of LA's animal shelters right now. We have reached out to Animal Services repeatedly for comment, have not yet heard back. Reporting live in West LA, I'm Chelsea Edwards, Fox 11 News.
So is there any sense of how widespread this is? Is this a brand new idea? Has it been happening for a while?
They haven't been posting the exact data or the numbers on how this is happening. What's happening is that volunteers are going in and seeing which dogs they've worked with that are now being moved to other shelters. And that's kind of how the word has really gotten out. There was no official announcement by LA Animal Services that this was going to go into place. This is more, it kind of came about because volunteers were noticing that their dogs were being moved to other shelters. And then LA Animal Services had to respond. And that's where that email came from. And that's kind of how this all blew up. But no, there's no list per se of how many dogs are going to each shelter. It's really just on an individual case-by-case basis depending on the shelter.
All right, Chelsea Edwards live for us in West LA tonight. Thank you.